What's up, guys? Stacking Bits here, and just going to do a quick little update. Um, Particularly, I wanted to kind of center this on Ethereum because Ethereum is kind of leading the way right now, and the movement on this thing's been amazing, and the percentages on this thing are unbelievable. They've been phenomenal. So I'm going to kind of show my game plan and the setup that I'm looking for right now, and how I plan to play it. So what we're looking at, obviously, I've got plenty of lines on this chart, all sorts of horizontal levels and some fucking zigzags on here to kind of demonstrate. I drove that stuff on there for you guys previously, just to kind of visualize what I'm looking at here. So we've got a daily level here. We've got another daily level here. We've got a weekly level here, and we got another weekly level up above. So those are our key support and resistance levels. If you scan across, you can obviously see that price is interacted with all of those levels in significant manner. So here's what we're looking at. These other two lines right here, I've got this line right here and this line right here. Now these are key volume levels. You can see that price is struggling, trying desperately to stay above this line right here. Now between this line and this line, this thing right here, this is like the last defense. It will have some kind of a bounce if it makes it down into here, but at that point we're below the daily level. So all you got to do is look for what happens at the daily level. Do we see a rejection or not? So if this thing dumps down, I'll be looking for a bounce here, and what I'm really looking for is a rejection here. So if I see a nice rejection print right here, and I'll be looking at this probably on the 4 hour. I'll watch it on the 1 hour. I'll set alerts and watch it on the 1 hour, but I'd like to see a close on the 4 hour. I prefer to play that. When I say rejection candle, I mean something about like this, some kind of doji or pin bar, something like this guy right here, something that shows some rejection, something with a nice wick on it. In this instance, so this thing came down, it bounced, it comes into this. If I'm going to enter on this, this is how I enter. When I see this thing reject, when I see this candle print being rejected by previous, by the support and resistance area, I'm going to place my order right there where the line is, right at the base of the candle. I'm going to place my order there. Obviously, it's going to fill. You can see these wicks jumping up into it. And I'm going to place my stop up above it. And I'm going to let it run. If my stop gets hit, so be it. It works more times than not. So, and obviously I'm going to look to take profits down at this next level. Easy peasy. Same thing over here. This thing, rejects. I place my order at the base of this candle. Order fills. I put my stop down here. I put my profits. Now in this case right now, let's say I play the long. Let's say buying support steps in really strong right here. We get a rejection candle. I seek my order entry and I jump in. Now when this thing longs, obviously I'm going to be watching. I'll have alerts set. I'm not going to set profits on a long here right away because the market, because Ethereum itself has been pretty damn bullish. And if it breaks out, I don't want to be taking profits here if it goes all the way to 200, obviously. So I'll be watching this level here if we move up with the intent to see if it's going to reject or if it's not. If it acts like it's going to reject, I'm taking profits off the table. If it blasts through or it doesn't give strong rejection signals, then I'll hang tight with it and potentially move my stop up somewhere into this general vicinity and wait. If I end up taking profits, then I take profits and I sit and I wait for the next setup, cross that bridge when I come to it. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking for this thing to print one way or the other and give me the signal. We've got a support and resistance area here we're right in that vicinity, so this is prime time to search for an entry in either direction. If we jump down here, I'll be looking for a retest, and I'll take that retest. I'll be shorting it down into this vicinity, somewhere between probably the base of this candle, this weekly level. There's a critical volume level here. It's highly probable that we see price jam into this. And I say that because we had a really strong impulse here. There was a lot of volume that moved in, so there's buyers here that want to protect this position. That's why we're seeing some wicks here. Whether or not they can stave this dump off is yet to be seen. So we had a nice impulse here. When you have an area with a strong impulse that breaks, and you look below, we have open air. This is just a giant jump up. So this is open air below. This is an easy fall down to this area. So this is a phenomenal short opportunity if we crack that. And I will immediately seek a long wherever the buyers step in and support is found, and I'll long it back up minimum into this volume level, but probably seeking something up in here. I really like, these are my favorite kinds of trades. When you have a nice impulse area that has been broken, easy, safe money. These are great percentages. It's roughly 5 to 6% in either direction. So you're looking at 10 to 12% if you play it in both directions, if we break down, that is. And that's good money. You can make a living off of that. If you make 5 to 10% in a month on your account, you're fucking stoked. So yeah, and Ethereum's been phenomenal lately with its, with playing these levels. The movement on this thing's been pretty insane. So that's my two cents. Hopefully, I outlined it in a semi-clear manner. I feel like I might have jumped around a little bit there, but if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. I'm available. I'm in the pound frequently, so feel free to hit me up. To take a quick peek at the rest of the market at Bitcoin. So where are we here? We're below the weekly. We're pinned between the weeklies basically right now. I had that last video I posted. Obviously, I'm still believe that this thing is intent on making its way down in here. And we did break market structure here, but on the bigger picture, we've printed a lower high, so we're still not. We've been printing higher lows. The movement has been bullish, can't ignore it. You can see we've got the POC level here, the point of control, so we are above volume. Breakout is absolutely a possibility. I suspect, we saw a nice bounce here, but still looks hesitant to move up from here, so we're probably going to see some bleeding down into here. And this is, I'll treat Bitcoin the same exact way, and since Ethereum is already ahead, I'm assuming that Bitcoin is going to mimic it to some extent. Bitcoin or Ethereum's dumping right now. I imagine Bitcoin's going to follow suit a little bit, and perhaps we're going to see, this area get challenged here. If we see strong buying support step in here, I'm definitely going to get in on a long there, because yeah, there's no reason not to. If you see a rejection, if you see buying support stepping in at a strong support area, that's a great place to take along. So not too complicated, pretty simple stuff. To take a look at the total market cap really quickly, this is something that I'm watching also. This is just not a real good look. This is obviously a rising wedge up into strong support here. We've been denied here at this weekly level. Right now we're sitting on top of another weekly level. So this is something to keep an eye on as well. If we zoom out, there is one little thing that I did notice. Sorry, my computer is a bit slow when I record these videos. Fucking annoying. TradingView is kind of a resource heavy site as well, so that doesn't help. Now if we look across, there is something worth noting. We've got very similar price action that happened over here. Look at this rising wedge. So if you look, we've got it's kind of spooky. We've got this V, we've got this aggressive drop down, strong impulse up, correction back down, and then starts pushing into this rising wedge. Well, with this big aggressive drop, this climb up, this correction back down, and then we had this this rising wedge that happened before we saw some kind of breakout. So this is, you know, this is something that looks bearish. We are in a bearish market where we were in a full-on bullish frenzy over here. So that could be a big difference, but it's kind of fractally, to be honest. So it's something I'm keeping an eye on in both directions. I don't know what to expect from that, to be honest. Just something I figured I'd share. That's it, guys. Try and keep the video short, concise. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions. Yeah.